Welcome to another episode of The Pickpocket. Some crazy things happened last night. First, the New York Knicks beat the Milwaukee Bucks by 20 points. Man, 2020 has been an awful year. And then you got the Clippers who lost by 50 to the Mavericks. 2020 has been an awful year. But I love when the Clippers lose. So, hey, I love that. I hope they lose by 100 in this game. But anyway, that was crazy. Also, the reason why a lot of lineups won last night is due to the fact that Gordon Hayward dropped 28 points as far as real-life field goal points. He had a really great game last night against Brooklyn. I didn't expect him to drop 28, but hey, he had a really great night. A lot of the lineups in Fanduel had Gordon Hayward, and that really helped boost a lot of lineups. A lot of lineups won having Gordon Hayward. I know a lot of you guys are wondering if our lineups won. If we won last night, we've been on a 3-night streak of winning, and guess what? I'm gonna let you guys know. At some point in this video, we're gonna let you guys know if we won or not. Also, a thing that hurted a few lineups was the fact that Joel Embiid decided to sit out at the last minute. He decided to sit out at the last minute, and we didn't find out until we posted the video. So this NBA stuff is crazy, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. Joel Embiid sitting out did affect one of my lineups. It surely did. It affected one of my lineups, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I did want to fight it. I did want to fight Joel Embiid for like 10 minutes, even though I know he would crush me. But hey, it is what it is. Man, let's get on with the rest of the video.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Now, just like our last video, these symbols, be sure to look at these symbols because these symbols are going to be right next to the players, and all of these symbols mean something. I went over these videos specifically. I think a video or either one video or two videos prior to this video. I went specifically in this. If you want to hear me say that, I'll probably either leave the video link in the description, or you could just go a video or two to see me really talk about these icons here. But yeah, make sure to come back and forth because you're going to see these symbols a lot during this presentation. Also, the Fanduel Scout app. We just would like to say that we appreciate the support, appreciate you choosing the Pickpocket for your DFS advice. We want to do our best, and we want to make sure you will always be ahead of the game. Fanduel Scout is an app supported by Fanduel that links with your Fanduel account. It announces who is playing, who isn't, and any lineup changes with any team. Most importantly, the app tells you if anyone in your lineup is late scratched, benched, or any other alterations to anyone on your roster. We strongly advise you to get this app. This Fanduel Scout app is located in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. This is not a paid promotion, but just judging off of last game, we've noticed that a lot of it, well, let me just skip to this side. So our last game, before the game started, they said that Embiid was a no-go. He wasn't playing. So that totally ruined my lineup, and I'll let you guys read this, but we did have our first losing night. So we won 3 nights in a row, and then we lost this one. So we're up 3-1 in the series. So we can close it out tonight and win the series, right? But seriously, we lost our first night last night. My individual lineups lost because Embiid was a late scratch, and I didn't adjust my lineup early enough, which caused me to get 0 production in that spot that I had Embiid in. So yeah, that sucked. But anyway, please read this. We are going to move on, but feel free to pause and rewind if necessary. All right. And the point guards, guys, you really want to look at all 4 of these guys, but I'm going to talk about 2. And the first one I want to talk about is Trae Young. Trae Young is going against Detroit. Like we said in our previous video, Detroit cannot guard point guards or shooting guards. They struggle guarding guard play. So Trae Young is a must-have in this game. As you can see, Detroit when last game Detroit played the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Sexton and the shooting guard, I believe his name is Garland, and I hope I'm not butchering his name. They both had very good games against Detroit, so we are expecting Trae Young. We are expecting Trae Young to go nuts. We're hoping that the game stays close so Trae Young can stay in the game. But yeah, you might want to get Trae Young this game. You might want to get Trae Young for the night. We also want you to focus on Ja Morant. Ja Morant has been playing out of his mind. He honestly has no help over there, so he kind of has to do everything. So we expect Ja Morant to have a good night. He's also going against Kyrie. I don't know if you guys remember last season, him and Kyrie had an epic battle going back and forth. So him and Kyrie, I advise you first to pick Ja Morant if you can, if you can. But if you can't, definitely pick Kyrie. They're both going to go at it, and I believe KD is a game time decision. So KD may or may not be playing, so that's even more beneficial if you have Kyrie. So keep that in mind. Sleepers that you want to look at is Mike Conley and George Hill. These guys, even though they cost fairly cheap, George Hill costs $5,400 in salary. Mike Conley costs $6,300 in salary. They're still going to give you really good production. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at these two players right here. Shooting guards. As you guys can see, James Harden is back, and he is averaging 73.3 FPPG. That is completely ludicrous. I thought, well, I knew he was a ball player, man. I didn't think he would go that crazy on his first game. But hey, he's James Harden. Hey, he's a true baller. So you can never go wrong picking James Harden. The only thing that I'm nervous about James Harden is that you don't know when they're going to pull the plug as far as trades. He may get traded or he may not, but this James Harden would be a great pick if he's playing tonight. But just keep in mind that he can get traded at any time. We don't know. So just keep that in mind. Also, Donovan Mitchell and CJ McCollum are great picks also. Be sure to read the description below. Very important information here. Very important. So feel free to pause and read all of that information below. Sleepers also in the shooting guards. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's been playing very well. He's pretty much the only go-to guy on that team at this point, so he's always a great pickup. Dennis Schroeder is always a great pickup also. He costs fairly cheap and he plays exceptionally well. He's going to score points for you. He's going to get steals. He's going to get, he's a great defender. He's going to get steals. He's going to get a couple boards. So he's going to give you great points when it comes to FPPG. Clarkston is another person you will want to look at, because if Utah blows OKC out, we don't know yet. This OKC team is still fairly new. It's hard for us to judge this OKC team if they're good or if they're not after one or two games. But if Utah blows OKC out, Clarkston may play a lot if Utah sits their starters down. So keep that in mind. We also have Kevin Huerter down there. He plays for Atlanta. They're going against Detroit, and like I said with Trae Young, all guards usually do well against Detroit. So you might want to get Kevin Huerter if you need somebody cheap and you are looking for somebody cheap to produce for you. He would be a great option. All right, Kevin Durant is out, and LeBron James is likely to rest on the back because he played yesterday and they have a back-to-back. They are the only hitters in the small forwards, and by hitters we mean they are the only superstars pretty much. Refer to the sleepers and value and Kyle Kuzma in the power forward to soak up any minutes left behind James and possibly Anthony Davis. So basically what that means is Kyle Kuzma is going to play a lot. We just found out after we made this presentation that Anthony Davis is going to play. I repeat, Anthony Davis is going to play, so be sure to adjust your lineup accordingly because Anthony Davis will play tonight. Small forwards, we got Karis LeVert, Kevin Durant. I don't think Kevin Durant is playing tonight. Oh yeah, Kevin Durant is out. So you got Karis LeVert. He may come off the bench or he may start tonight, which is great. He's already a great player. So if Karis LeVert, we expect Karis LeVert to get more minutes, and we expect him to play well. So he's going to give you great production. He's a great scorer. He's a really good scorer. He's a solid defender. He's going to give you a few rebounds here and there, and he's going to score points. He's going to give you good production to only cost 6,300. Michael Porter has been playing really, really well. They're going against Houston. Houston's defense honestly hasn't been that great. So we expect Michael Porter to hit a lot of threes and grab a few boards. So we expect him to score around his average FPPG, which is 34.29. We expect him to score in that range. Michael Porter only costs 5,900, so keep that in mind. One more person I want us to look at is Jeremy Grant. Now, Jeremy Grant, last time I saw, Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin may not play, so Jeremy Grant may get a lot of field goal attempts tonight. So keep that in mind. If you can afford Jeremy Grant, I'm not the biggest fan, but tonight I will be a big fan, and I'm going to pick him up tonight because there's a chance Blake and Derrick Rose may not play, but we don't know yet. Let's move on. Christian Wood. As you can see, Christian Wood is averaging 51.9 FPPG. That is completely ludicrous. If you can afford Christian Wood, I would get him. I don't think DeMarcus Cousins is playing, and I don't think John Wall is playing. So James Harden and Christian Wood, I think Christian Wood will probably be the number 2 option on that team. Of course, you got your Eric Gordons and all that, and all those other people, your PJ Tuckers. But Christian Wood is going to get a lot of rebounds, and he's going to score points, and he's a solid defender. So he's going to rack up that FPPG for you. As you see here, he's averaging 51.9 FPPG. That is insane. So keep that in mind. Also, look at these bottom players. These bottom players will definitely score a lot of points for you. As far as like matching up with the salary, they will produce for you, get you to around 20 to 25 to 30 FPPG. So keep that in mind. These are solid players, solid sleepers. So please be sure to look at these players and pick them if you can afford them. Now, I've told you guys about Jokic. You all should know about Jokic. He costs 10,000 in salary, but Jokic is always a great pick. He's going against Houston. Nobody in that team is going to be able to guard him. The great thing about Jokic is he doesn't have to score field goals because he passes and he rebounds, and he's still going to give you a lot of FPPG. So Jokic is always a great pickup if you can afford him. Another person we want to look at is Rudy Gobert. He's going to play great defense. He's going against Al Horford. Rudy Gobert is always solid because he's going to give you those blocks, he's going to give you those rebounds, and he's going to score 10 to 15 points as far as like field goals. So he's always going to have great FPPG. He's never a bad pickup. So if you can afford Rudy Gobert, definitely get him. And please be sure to read everything below because we have some very important information down here. Moving on, other value picks, Jared Allen and Al Horford. No need to go into those two, but feel free to read the description that we type for you guys below. All right, mock lineup 1. As you can see, we got Jamal Murray going against a Houston team. We got John Morant. We got Dylan Wright. We got CJ McCollum, Karis LeVert. We got Bogdanovic, Christian Wood, Kyle Kuzma, and Rudy Gobert. That's a very solid lineup. We also gave you another mock lineup. Number 2, we got Killian Hayes, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. Go down. We also got Kyle Kuzma in this, and we got Jokic. So this is a very, very solid lineup. We also did a third lineup for you guys, and feel free to read this and use it accordingly. And please I'll read it for you. Mock lineups are meant to provide a base for your roster. You can fill in whatever you think other picks would do better. We are encouraging doing your best to swap players with these mock lineups. If you do use any of these as a base, comment how you did and who you replaced. We want your feedback. We want to know how these lineups did. If you do decide to you, or if you decide to base your lineup off of this, we definitely want to hear your feedback. Please like, subscribe, comment. We need everything we can get, so please like, comment, share. And thank you for choosing the Pickpocket DFS. We will see you on the next video.